Hey everyone, so today we are bringing in the, well, already in. So what we need to do is order parts. So we're oh boy. So, and there goes the cord. Just great, lovely. So the Artie Cat's still in here. I haven't worked on that yet. Haven't really worked on anything. I've been running around all over the place all week. So today I've been cooking maple syrup full speed. Had the old stove red hot on the inside from just old wet pine. I mean, it's doing really good. I came outside here and was watching the stack, and it's not even smoking. So that's pretty cool. There's the old cat skinner. So this is the one I lit on fire. Gonna be down in there ways. Wow, I'm starting to see some burnt wiring and whatnot. So looks like we're gonna have to dig into that and go through a bunch of stuff, and we might have to redo some wiring. But that's our job. We're going to dig into her, order all the stuff I need. We might need an oil bottle, a 2-stroke bottle. The seat cover is for another time, but I am told to order the cap. So basically we're going to pull out all the, here, you watch my hand wave around. Yeah. So we're going to start by taking the air box out, the oil container. Might even drain the antifreeze, who knows, but a jet. Just a minute ago, the squirrels fighting on the side of the shed. Oh, wild, eh? So it was running when I shut it off. The other thing is these foam filter things. They come from the AAA, from those holes over there, A. And old cigarette back there. This one over here is kind of falling apart too. So if you know any good ideas about that, let me know. Oh, I did order a whole roll of cord. Hey, it'll be funny. I'll show you what came. So here it is. So what the Better 3 Carters calls shoestring. So there it is, a shoestring. Shoestring. Maybe it was 5 or 3/32 versus 7/32. I don't know. I think we got the old 30 seconds all mixed up there and got the wrong thing. So anywho, I ordered a whole nother roll, and it's the same bigness, but it doesn't have. Wow, why is this all bent down? Yeah, maybe they like it that way. So it's same size of roll. It only got 100 foot because it's a big fat cord. So yeah, pretty much just gonna rip right in her, and that'll be that's our MO. I mean, that's what we need to do continuing throughout this week. Unless, of course, we're interrupted by further maple syruping or going to pick up more wheelers, because that's also important. This morning we had snow. The whole ground was actually covered. Try and look away with the old light. But it was 30-some degrees, so it all went away. So we're also considering, as part of what's going on here, is going snowmobiling. So it's only appropriate that we at least bring our stuff in here and get parts ordered. So throw on the time lapse and let's get ripping into it. And come up. We're going underwater, and then hopefully we come up with a parts list. So let's get to tearing. Bye. What's going on here? This isn't supposed to be a video. This is supposed to be a harbor lap. Alright, guys. Still breathing hard here. So, alright, we've gone over this thing. Here's the status report. So, oh, sorry, I got a weird starved half to death burp thing going on. So, yeah, about that, Reed. So, only reason I'm even under here is because Reed mentioned it had lost a steering. So, he's the one that put all the miles on the old girl. So, wow, she's properly done, boys and girls. So, well, I'm not sure what to say. I'm gonna pull skis off, I guess. So, basically, so far I've been having, getting stuff in. This is Leroy's snowmobile. This is the last one he bought. And most of the stuff that we have bought, we bought a lot of stuff this year. So I've been bringing it in here and giving her a look over. Giving it a grease, checking all the wheels and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Looks like somebody dropped a hand grenade in here. So basically, well, I just propped everything in here for now. So, Dwayne, hey, stop right there. All right, straight off the top, the engineering in that thing is a disaster. So, I mean, this is like a 5.5 pound can, but they had to have a bolt here and a bolt here, and then right here they use springs. So on Polaris they use all springs, no stupid bolts. Who wants to deal with bolts anyway? So here we got a spring that's hooked in way down under, and then you really debate in your mind if it's worth taking a bolt out or not, because I'm not even so positively sure that it'll even come out. So here's all the hardware. The tube in there is a drain line for the old, I want to say PCV valve. No, it's not a PCV valve. It's a two-stroke. It's called a power valve. So that right there, burn off. So this is the brake material that we chiseled off the rotor. So the piece, or the hose, goes down to here. So we'll have to find another piece. We'll figure something out. And it's really weird. It's between 7/16 and 1/2 inch inside diameter. So that'll be a pain to find. So this is your sensor from the... So here's the stuff we unplugged. This is a sensor from the oil canister, the two-stroke canister. This is just one that goes to handlebars. This is the other end of that one, I think. Then here's one that's the other end got burned off of, and then I think... So there's a couple more in here that got burned off. And this one here got burnt. So I think we'll be able to save those while we're looking. So the fire was actually nestled right down in here, buried in the stupid air box and whatnot. So this right here got a little bit bubbly. This got some melted stuff fell on it. So I zip tied a bunch of stuff back. And here's the actual gas line. So I almost burnt the old gas line right through, which I was very nervous about, to say the absolute least. It looks like we got one more wire underneath of here. Stuff's really pinched in here. I don't understand the engineering in that. That's one wire it looks like I missed. So right now I'm trying to build a parts list for this. I wish I knew what it's caught on. Maybe just some... Oh, there it is now. So we gotta cut the cover back on this and see if there's anything damaged. So all that wiring I should be able to handle on my own. Just gotta see. That's an aluminum. It's an aluminum pipe that'll be going back to the cooler back there. So, looks like it's a little bit of wiring. I guess somebody watched over us that day, because if it would have burned the fuel line up, we'd have been done. So it looks like the main fire got concentrated under here. So I'll be ordering one of these. The airbox boot's also wrecked, so we'll have to talk with the boss about what gets replaced. I'm footing the bill for this. That was my fault. And then I'm going to look for a new rotor. I'll be footing the bill for the rotor. And then the rest of this electrical stuff should be coming out of my electrical box. I should be able to fix that. And then we'll tidy it all up with conduit and zip ties. We'll make sure none of this is hitting, but that'll be a good solid day or two of work for me, which unfortunately costs money as well. So, but that's just another reason to use your own junk, I guess. That way, if your junk's broke down in your driveway, it's nobody else's problem. So the idea is to get some of the other snowmobiles and whatnot in here and start ordering parts and fixing stuff. So I'll be ordering parts for this tonight and tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow altogether, because I can call Country Cat and see what they've got. See if they'll help us out. The track back here, I did notice there's these wheels here are kind of loosey-goosey. And I think it's just the shaft and the spacer being a little bit funny. So I'm not going to worry about them. If they do fail for some unforeseen reason, they're easy enough to take out quick. So the back wheels are good. This one here's got a little play in her. She'll be right. So we could hop the old spring tensioner. Oh, the thing's swinging from the ceiling. We could hop that up, and then that'd be pretty good. So I guess we need air filters and whatnot. So anyway, let's talk about engineering. So as far as engineering, they got this big giant box for no reason. Why? Why is it necessary to have a big giant piece of plastic in there? What's going on this side of the box? There's nothing even in here. Bunch of foam, acoustic foam. And then they're pulling all the air through a duct. Why would a snowmobile need an HVAC system? And then it pulls it through this corner through a little filter. I mean, what the rest of us old homeboys are going to do is we're going to pop a pod filter on that cat and we'll never look back. Same with some of this. I mean, just kind of odd. You got a long piece of pipe through here. I mean, on the Polaris over here, they just got the pipe is one big hoop. Easy as. And then you don't need half-inch thick aluminum plating in here to make your footwells work. What's this whole big old plate thing doing up here? I mean, you could just mount your stuff down below or something. So, I mean, they did make big improvements. The superstructure here, you could drop out of an aircraft. It's huge. It's aluminum. I mean, it's aluminum. That's good. This is your main bulkhead here, taking all the brunt of her. So, I don't know. I think the engineering's a little better, but it's still kind of off in the bushes. Same with this thing here. What good is that? You got this area here. You got one plastic piece, bit of dollar, two plastic piece, three plastic piece. Way too many plastic pieces, and the footboard is a death trap, is what it is. But yeah, I mean, the front suspension light, the torsion bar works, the tub's one piece light, the hood's light, kind of got a little wave in there. That's really pretty nice, actually. So I don't know, they made some steps. I guess if you want to argue that your old kitty cat is a tad bit heavier duty than the old Polaris is, well, I might give you that. I don't know what they weigh. I still have a sneaking suspicion they're on the heavy side of her. Well, as far as engineering fails, I guess we can chalk this right up onto the list there. They could have made the taillight a little less ugly while they were at it. That's sort of like a holdback. These little stupid free-floating knobs. Looks like some kind of Japanese building architecture. So, overall, I think get rid of the stupid airbox and make the filter, or the muffler there, attach in there with springs, and I don't know, tidy up the wire harness a little. Try and make it something one piece. I don't know. You could reroute the air. I mean, Polaris, simply by capping off that cavity, they made their air intake up there. That's a pretty, I mean, it works. You're getting air fed through the hood. Like, everybody understands the principle hood scoop, especially if you're an auto guy. So I don't know. Here's one thing. Here's a kicker right here. I don't want to deal with that airbox. I really don't. As far as actually owning one, nah, no thanks. But they were a little bit smart. So here's a solenoid and the fuel pump on a plate. So the top's screwed on. It's really hard to see. It's one big flat plate with a motor and the fuel pump, which is pretty smart. So the bottom tab locks in there, and the top tab has one screw. That's pretty smart right there. Now, I mean, maybe they could have moved the old coil up on there too. So you got to make it so you can pull your airbox out, because if you want to do jets and stuff at the track, it'll be a lifesaver. Speaking of jets and stuff, they got a whole jet and caboodle up top there. I mean, pretty great idea, yeah, if you can actually get to your carbs to do anything about it. And then the whole airbox attaches up here. Got a screw here and here, over here. So 2 screws, and you just rip your whole carb boot right off. And then you have your stuff pulled apart. Unplug the coil there. Polaris has a modular plug. That's way smarter than this, but I mean, you gotta give the Gorilla Hands guys the benefit of the doubt, because you know they'll rip you right in two if you give them a half a chance. Just like this here little fill stainless steel tab thing. Guess it's not focusing. I mean, so here's the thing though. If you look at the engineering, you got a nice big Gorilla gripper right here, and then you got the big Gorilla, even bigger Gorilla gripper for the gas tank. And then, have you ever stopped to think for a moment, once the Gorilla gripper gets going on the gas tank, and then he comes over here, he gets it going on the old oil fill, and then he wants to check the coolant, guess what he's going to do? He's going to rip that sucker right off. That's my thinking. That plastic tab or plastic stop and stainless steel tab is just not very clearly thought out idea. And I mean, I guess Artie Cat could have probably just made like a 2-piece duct. Probably could have made this whole thing out of one piece of plastic and blow molded. Pull the air pull the air right through here and over there, and then you could just tip your air box forward and up and out and done. It'd be way smarter than the 10 pieces of nonsense they made here. So anyway, I guess I'll end this video. This snowmobile here was my first love as far as riding these snowmobiles. And that one there that I rode had a little carb work done on her. She lift the front end right up and go. So yeah, I'm very emotionally conflicted here. I don't know what to say other than I think maybe the Polarises are, unless these are more reliable as far as you don't drive around with a dadgum brake on and burn your stuff to the ground, right? So maybe other than that, they're all right. All right, the food's waiting. So, so that's my thoughts on this. It's been I just can't really offer a clear conclusion to what my thinking is. This sled here is fun to ride. It's pretty abusive as far as suspension and whatnot in the rear. I don't know what to think. I think that if I own a Polaris already, it's not worth paying more money to switch to a Cat. That's about how it shakes out, you know. I think if you had to ride this for a day versus riding that for a day, I think you'd ride that for a day any time. And like, come over here and look at the stuff. You got a beautiful rail here. Your feet stay planted. One-piece tub, one-piece hood. There's not a lot of nonsense in here. There's a hoop, square tubing hoop to hold the steering shaft. Bigger steering shaft. Got the handlebar risers in her. Box pops right out. Draws air out of the top of the hood there. I don't even know where it comes from. I think there's a couple of air vents either side of the... that one goes into there. That one's blocked. Oh, I remember where. I get it from up here behind the windshield. So, you know, they're drawing air out up top rather than having a half-mile duct going down under. And then this stuff here that Polaris uses is thin. I forget what it is. It's really thin. And then the rest of the stuff's uncluttered. You got springs holding all your exhaust in. You rip your exhaust out in a matter of minutes. Just no contest. I mean, they had a couple of things to learn as far as placement of the old coil and whatnot. Coil and CDI. But you can get right to your TPS sensor and take your carbs in and out like nobody's business. So I don't know, man. I like them both. I like them both a lot. So here's my parts list of stuff. I'm gonna go get broke, order that, try and get this girl fixed. Leroy's a good friend, and I want to do right by him and get this stuff. Not only get it fixed, but get it fixed right. And get it fixed soon. So there's the other end of the old carb boot. I could just run that over with my truck. Probably do everybody a favor in the long run. So anyway, we're going to snap the old lights out and grab the old pen and paper here and go on run inside and take a bite. I know what's on the menu tonight, and it's good. So guys, we'll see you in the next one. Sorry to keep jabbering on so long. It's good to be back in here. Got to break out the old broom and do some cleaning and sweeping in here. But other than that, she's mint. So we'll see you guys. Over and out.